Shamai. Right, I'm not sure if I'm about to wreck a ukulele or not. I'm going to have a little go of altering the colour on part of the fingerboard on my tenor ukulele that you can just see just by there. All right, it's a caramel ukulele, and I'll show you a bit more in detail what I mean, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. Okay, so this is the instrument, the ukulele in question. As you can see, just at the very top up there, there's a slightly different colouring to the wood. To be honest, when it first came, I thought, oh, that's quite nice and quirky. But I found something today which I'm going to try and alter it with. Okay, so I found these in the house, and they're furniture pen restorers, I suppose you'd call them, repair system I can see on the packet. And I was just about, pop those over there, to change this, well, I say change the string, put a new string on, because as you can see, my A string has snapped on my tenor. And I thought, oh, I know, I'll have a little go of colouring in that slightly different colour. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so I've read the instructions, or as much as I intend to read them. Now I don't know if this is going to work or not. As I said earlier, when I first had the uke, it didn't bother me, and to be honest, it doesn't bother me now. But I was about to change the string, so it says start with the lightest colour. So here's the lightest colour, all right. And it just says apply and then wipe off excess. So as I was saying, it doesn't bother me overly, but as I was about to change the string, because as you can see my A string has snapped, I thought I'd have a little go of this. So I'm going to very carefully start applying it. Now, I don't intend to do the whole fingerboard. I just want to see if I can darken this little bit. I'm going to try and keep it away from the frets. I know I should actually take the strings off to do this, but who can say how it's going to work out? So I'm just trying to colour. There we go. Right, a little bit of background information about this ukulele. It's a caramel, which is one of the cheaper brands. I came across them when I was researching for ukuleles for school, and I was watching a video by Chris Russell, who has got the Uke Play Along channel on YouTube, and his website is ukestuff.info. If you haven't been there before, go and check it out. It's a really great resource. So anyway, I was having a look at these caramel ukuleles for school, and if I'm honest, I tend to buy one myself first before buying anything for school, just to check the quality. And I went along and I had my eye on the zebra wood ukuleles, and then I came across these Acacia ones. Now this is a tenor, and it's actually solid Acacia, all right? Cost about 70 quid, I think, 70 pounds. It's, don't get me wrong, it's not the best quality, but it's not bad for the money. Yeah, that seems to be going on okay. So anyway, so this tenor ukulele arrived, and overall I thought, yeah, it's not a bad quality make. The wood all seems quite good, the fittings are alright, the frets weren't sharp or anything. And I had a little play of it and thought, yeah, that's not bad at all. Right, I'm just going to wipe off the excess here. Follow the instructions, innit? Because otherwise I'm going to end up with very brown fingers. So I started playing the uke and thought, yeah, it sounds quite nice. It's an electro acoustic as well, so I could plug it in. And it was all right. It wasn't my go-to uke, but I was quite happy with it. And I took it to Uke Club one night and really struggled playing it for a few hours. And to be honest, I wasn't sure what was causing the issues. And then I looked at the action of it. Now, originally, I'm a double bass player and play bass guitar, so pressing the strings down with my left hand isn't an issue. But I was struggling a little bit with the strumming. And when I looked at the action, it was ridiculously high. So, a few weeks ago, I thought, right, okay, you know, I've gone with a darker colour now. Let's just see how this turns out. A few weeks ago, I had to go of lowering the saddle, which is the bit that holds the strings off the body. And it took me a little while to do, but I've got to say, after I did that, it was lovely to play, and it's one now that I'll pick up and play quite a lot. I keep a low G on it, so it is a little bit different to my concerts. God, I'm not very good at colouring in the lines here, am I? And since I've lowered the action on it, it really is very, very nice. So I was playing it the other day, and boom, snapped my A string. Absolutely typical. Ah, this seems to be going all right. So far, I haven't done anything too bad. Right, let me just get under there. There we go. What I will do is when I'm changing the strings on this next time, I will try and do it a little bit neater. It seems to be covering quite well. I've got a little bit on the fret, which I'll which I'll wipe off in a second. All right. So suddenly it's gone from being a uke, which I thought, oh, it looks quite nice, it sounds quite pretty, but it wasn't particularly nice to play, to a uke which I will quite happily pick up and play quite regularly now. And in fact, I went on to buy, we've got a couple of concerts like this in school with a solid acacia top, and a baritone as well with a solid acacia top. Wow, look at that. That's not bad. I'm going to go one more slightly darker colour, and that seems to have blended in. Okay, so we've gone on to this, don't see the light there. Okay, so there's one more darker shade. Oops, sorry, bashed the camera. Okay, here we go for the last one. It might go a little bit too dark. So I'm just putting a little bit on the lighter bits for there. I've got to say, I'm quite pleased with this. And of course, with the natural wood underneath, you haven't got to be that. Let's just get right into the fret there and I'll wipe it off now. You haven't got to be that perfect with it. Okay, right. Let's give it another wipe. There we go. Now, I wouldn't do this if it was a really expensive ukulele. I have got a little bit of experience with instrument repairs. I taught cello and double bass in schools for many, many years, and was regularly having to fix strings, put bridges up, retrieve things out of double basses. My goodness, some of the things I've got out of a double bass you wouldn't believe. Packs of crisps, not much money unfortunately, little notes, photographs. I got a packet of cigarettes out of one, that was a long time ago. Okay, a few minutes on, I'm just wiping the excess off the frets. As I said, next time I go and change all the strings properly, I might just touch this up a little bit. I've got to say, I'm really impressed by that. What do you think, guys? Okay, so one tenor ukulele. There you are, I'll turn it around now so you can actually see the main instrument. It is quite a nice ukulele, all right. And as I said, it had that little bit of a lighter patch up on the fingerboard, which, ooh, I'm really impressed by that. There we go. So don't be frightened to touch up your ukuleles. It's probably a bad way of saying that actually. All right, and that was just the very cheap, let me pop it back down here, very cheap marker pens, a couple of quid, furniture touch-up markers, and a fingerboard that needed recolouring. Okay. Ooh, one slightly nicer looking ukulele. And a final shot of the after. There you are, looks a bit better, doesn't it? Well worth doing.